All right, guys, welcome. We will need a block today, so if you have one, have it handy. If not, we can always work around it. And we're going to start off in a child's pose, knees together and feet together. Okay, so it's going to feel a little bit tight, especially first off. Let's see if you can walk your hands forwards and relax over your legs, forehead down into the floor. Okay, so it's a nice little starting place. Once you kind of wiggle your way into your child's pose, you can let your eyes close. And then think about checking in. Okay, so you're checking in with yourself. Checking in with the legs, with the back, with your hips. Try creeping the arms or the hands as far forwards as you can, because you want to feel the length through your arms. Once you come into a kind of comfortable place, then start to focus on your breathing. Yes, slowing the breathing down. Just letting the breath guide you into your practice today. So whatever happens on the mat, it's all about your breath. It's all about being present. It's all about just being here, right now. Try pushing down to the hands so you get an extra stretch. Yeah, that really helps me to get more to my armpits and down by the sides of the body. We're going to be playing with Dolphin pose today as well, so we need to bring some awareness into that area. So take one more breath here. Maybe the hips are starting to talk a little bit to you now. Use the breath to help you try and relax into this shape. Then looking forwards, we will come up onto all fours. And let's just start to rock forwards and back a bit. You might want to take the hips quite far forwards and then quite far back, just so that you're feeling the fronts of the hips stretch and counter pose after that child's pose. And then find your way back to all fours. All right, so your hands are underneath your shoulders and knees underneath the hips. Start to do a big circle with your head. Now you might want to close your eyes to do this so you don't get dizzy. Explore the sides of the neck, the back of the neck. And then take the circle the other way. Well, this time you're also getting a nice stretch through your wrists, so preparing your hands, your arms ready. And then bringing the head back to neutral. Let your chest drop. So you squeeze your shoulder blades together in the middle. You can kind of rock from side to side there. Yeah, see if that feels a little bit sticky. And then push away from the floor and round into the upper back. Yeah, don't worry about your lower back. And again, you can rock from side to side. Maybe draw little circles. And then letting the chest drop. We'll hold it there, squeeze the shoulder blades together, maybe swing from side to side, maybe little circles. And then push away and around into the upper back. Okay. So going in and out of that, just letting the chest drop, squeeze the shoulder blades, push away, round into the back, feel some strength building, chest dropping, shoulder blades meeting. Push away and around into the upper back. And you start to draw circles with the shoulders up towards the ears and around the back. So see how much mobility you've got there. And then take the circles the other way. Bring it into a full cat-cow now, letting your belly sink, lifting the head, chest up, feeling the arch of your back. And then tucking the tail and rounding into the back. Letting the belly sink, lifting the head, chest up. Spine slowly waking up. And then push away, tucking the tail, draw the belly button back, really feel that strength building. Last time, letting the belly sink, lift the head, chest up. And then push away and round into the back. Come back to neutral, have a little look where your hands are. You're going to put your elbows there. And then bring the hands to interlace. That's it. So you've got a triangle shape with the hands and the elbows. You're going to let your chest drop again. Squeeze your shoulder blades together in the middle. And now use the whole length of the forearm to push away from the mat, round into the upper back. Yeah. So try that a few times. Chest dropping, shoulder blades meeting in the middle. And then push away and rounding into the back. That's it, good. Last time. Let the chest drop, squeeze the shoulder blades. So if we were in a dolphin pose, this isn't the shape that we would want. But it's more this shape, pushing away from the floor, rounding into the back. Good. All right, come back to neutral. We'll bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes under so we can get some waking up in those feet. Hips into your heels. We'll come up to seated on the heels. And then take the hands behind. Draw your shoulders back and press your hands down towards the floor. Breathe into the chest. Breathe out, squeeze the shoulder blades together. We'll wrap your right arm around your back. It's like your left hand is a holster, putting it into your holster there. And then let your left ear fall towards the left shoulder. Think about your right shoulder drawing down the back. I know the feet are probably talking. See if we can stay there a little bit longer. You can, of course, come out anytime. And then picking the head back up, take your left arm around your back. Press the right palm into the left palm. And then right ear towards the right shoulder. So it's easy when we do our yoga practice to get tense in those shoulders with all the planks and chaturangas. So take this moment to ease it out. Bringing the head back to the center, release the hands. Give the shoulders 3 circles one way, and then 3 circles the other way. Okay, so I bet those feet are really talking now. Hands come down. Give the feet a little shake out. And then you can sit onto your heels. If it's not very nice for you, then sit cross-legged. Catch hold of your block if you've got one. If not, just have your arms out. Yeah. If you have got one, catch hold of the block. Hold on to it so you're pressing your palms into the block. A little bit more work on these shoulders. Now, if you haven't got the block, you're just trying not to push the hands together, but finding that resistance. You're going to lift your shoulders up to the ears. We've done it before. We push the shoulders back. We let the shoulders drop down, and then we reach the hands forwards. Okay, so now once you've got that movement, then start to remember that you need to push the hands into the block as well. Okay, so all of that resistance is helping to create strength and create awareness. Yeah. So are you remembering to breathe? Are you remembering to push your hands into the block? Shoulders up, back, down, forwards. Try doing it the other way. Shoulders back, up, forwards, down, back, up, forwards, down. Have you stopped pressing the hands into the block or in towards each other? Yeah, try and remember to keep that resistance. Good, keep pressing the hands into the block. Lift the arms up and then bend the arms so the block goes behind your head and squeeze your elbows in. I know the arms are probably talking. That's okay. Inhale, can you lift your head up? Lift your chest up. That's it. And then keep squeezing the hands into the block. Keep squeezing the elbows in towards the ears. One more breath. Exhale. Good, release the hands. This will be a nice little relief. And then give those shoulders a nice little shake. All good? So you're going to bring the block down onto the mat and then take your hands again around the block. And of course, if you haven't got the block, then you just create that same shape. Coming up onto your knees. Walk your knees back so they're underneath your hips. And then tuck your toes under and lift your hips up into a little dolphin shape. Now actively press the hands into the block. You can keep a bend in your knees, but try and squeeze the heels down towards the floor. Take a few breaths here. Now remember, we don't want to sink the chest down. We want to push away from the floor. Keep pressing the block with your hands. Relax your head, maybe look to your feet. You could, if you like, press your heels down one by one. Give those hips a nice little wiggle. Yeah. Taking one more breath here, all the blood flowing into your head. Squeeze the hands into the block. Push away from the mat. So if your head's getting closer to the floor, push away. And then when you're ready, lower the knees. Sit back into your heels. Take the hands down by your feet. Relax the shoulders over the legs, forehead down into the mat. You feel all that heat, all that awareness there in your arms and your shoulders. Breathe in, belly expands into the thighs. Breathe out. Good, looking forwards. We'll take the arms back out. So this time take your block long way, so your hands are a little bit closer together this time, and your elbows are in a slight triangle shape. So you're looking forward, so you come up onto your fours, bring your knees underneath your hips. Keep squeezing the block, tuck your toes, and then lift those hips up. You can keep your knees bent. You can squeeze the heels towards the floor. Look at your block. You're going to take your chin over your block. And then push away. That's it. And again, chin over the block. Push away. You can always come in and out of this. 2 more. Chin over the block. Push away. You're pressing the hands into the block. Chin over the block. And then push away. Good. Lower the knees. Sit back into the heels. We'll come up to seated this time. And then take the hands behind you. Interlace. Draw the shoulders back, counter pose. It's easy to get really hunched when you're working with dolphin pose, so keep counter posing it. Breathing in. And breathing out. Awesome, guys. Release the hands. Pop the block to one side. Come onto all fours. We're going to let the belly sink. Lift the head, chest up. Tuck those toes under and then lift the hips up into your downward dog. This should feel pretty strong then. Push away from the floor like you have been doing, but now in your downward dog, and you can squeeze your heels down one by one. Okay, let those hips move from side to side. There's a lot of head down first thing. So just notice that. Breathe into that. We're going to come up high onto your toes and roll yourself forwards into your plank pose. Now you are welcome to drop your knees here if you need to. Otherwise, you're just going to place your right elbow down where your right hand is and your left elbow where your left hand is. You can interlace the fingers, push the heels back, the head forwards. If your knees aren't down, drop the knees now. Release your feet. You're going to lower your thighs, lower your hips. Push your elbows back towards your hips as you lift your head, chest up. Breathing in. Breathing out. Are you pushing your elbows back towards your hips here? You're going to do the opposite now, or the reverse rather. Tuck your toes, lift your knees. First of all, round into the back so your belly comes up off the floor. And then lift the hips up. Back into your plank. Going to lower the knees, release the feet, lower the thighs, lower the hips, drag the elbows towards your hips as you lift your chest up. So it's not that the elbows move, it's that pushing down and in. Breathing in, feel the chest lift up. As you breathe out, do the reverse. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, round into the back, and then let the hips come in line with the shoulders. Breathe. Last one, let the knees drop, release the feet, lower the thighs, lower the hips, push down through the elbows and lift the chest up. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good, so to the reverse, tuck your toes, lift your knees, round into your back, and lift those hips up. So while we're here, just let both heels fall to the right side, feel the edges of the feet, and lift the heels up, let the heels fall to the other side. Arms getting a little bit tired now. Lift the heels up, let them fall to the other side. And then lift the heels up, let them fall to the other side. Good, lifting the heels up, lower those knees. Sit back into your heels, you can release your hands, forehead down into the floor. Feel all that awareness there in your arms. So I'm calling tiredness awareness. Because that's what it is, yeah? You can feel the awareness, consciousness in your bodies. All right, let's come back up onto all fours. Let the belly sink, lift the head, chest up. Try and keep the arch in your back, tuck your toes and lift the hips up into your downward facing dog. Now you're going to lift your right leg up to the sky and bend the knee and open up the hip. Let's see if we can get a little bit more into our legs now. Right knee to right elbow, right foot outside the right hand. Wiggle it if you don't get it there. Walk the left leg back. Come onto your fingertips and draw the head chest forwards. This might feel pretty stiff at the moment. Now I want you to turn this right foot onto its side. Let the knee fall out to the side. Maybe you stay here or you come onto your forearms. If that moves you out of alignment, stay up on your hands, okay? Breathe in. Breathe out. Draw the chest forwards. So now, play with this. If you're on your hands, stay there. If you're on your forearms, stay there. Okay, but you're going to tuck your back toes and lift your back knee off the floor. And I want you to think up dog. Yeah, so up dog with your back. So you're lifting your head, chest up. Wherever you are, you can take your right foot to the back of the mat into your plank. And if you're on your hands, we're going to join you. Come back up onto your hands. And then lift the hips up and back into your downward dog. Breathe in, try and lift those hips up. Breathe out, push down through the hands. Let's move to the left side. So your left leg lifts up. You can bend the knee and open up that hip. Left knee to left elbow. Left foot outside the left hand. Yeah. Walk the right leg back, lower the right knee, and then come onto your fingertips. Yeah, and draw the chest forwards. Good, breathe in. As you breathe out, let the knee fall out to the side. Go onto the edge of the foot here. So keep drawing the chest forwards. Feels nice. You might be good here. Yeah, all your alignment stays in place here. Try coming down onto the forearms if that feels like, you know, you're really rounding into the back or just feels uncomfortable. Stay up on your hands. But do think up dog. Lift the head, chest up. Lumbar lizard. Think lumbar lizard. You're going to tuck under the right toes and you're going to lift that right knee off the floor, wherever you are, if you're on your hands or if you're on your forearms. Then you're going to take that left leg to the back of the mat. Good. If you are on your hands, stay there. And if you're on your forearms, we're going to come up onto our hands. And then lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Squeeze the heels towards the floor, lift those hips up. Big breath in. And a long breath out. Good. Come up high into your toes. Roll yourself forwards into your plank pose. Take your vinyasa. Maybe you drop your knees, elbows brush the rib cage. Push down to come through cobra up dog. So take it up and back into your downward dog. So those shoulders should feel pretty strong now. Come up high onto your toes, bring yourself forwards into plank. You are welcome to drop the knees, but lower with control. Elbows brush the ribcage. Push down, cobra, up dog. Nice, take it up and back, downward facing dog. So you've got one more of these, just waking everything up. Come up high onto the toes, bring yourself forwards into your plank. Drop your knees if you need to, elbows brush the ribcage. Push down to come through into that cobra, up dog. And then take it up and back into your downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out, lift the hips up high. Yeah, how is that downward dog doing? We're going to keep on moving, guys. Right leg lifts up. Bend the knee and open up the hip. You bring your right foot inside your right thumb. From here, come up into a high lunge. Might be a bit wobbly. See what you can do. Once you're in your high lunge, bend the back leg. Tuck the tail, and then straighten into the back leg. Draw your chest towards your hands. Good, we're going to take both hands down to the floor, and then twist the right arm up to the sky. That's it, good. Think left rib cage towards the right side. Breathing in. Breathing out, reach the right arm up and over your head. You're still twisting the chest towards the right side. Good, lowering the right hand down, work on straightening that left leg. See if you can get a little bit more into this hamstring. You can bring the back foot in a little bit. The back heel can be off the floor. Yeah, just do what you can do here. Inhale. And exhale. Slide your right foot to the back of the mat somehow. You're in plank pose. Let both heels fall to the right. Draw your chest forwards. Lift the heels up and let them fall to the left. Good. Lift the heels up and let's take the hips up and back into your down dog, helping you to miss out one vinyasa. Breathe in, lift the hips up. Breathe out. Good, left leg lifts up to the sky. Bend the knee, open up that hip. Left knee to left elbow. Left foot inside the left thumb. You're in your high lunge, guys. Reach the arms up. You're tucking the tail already, and that makes the knee bend. That right knee bend, the chest lift. And then you go straighten into the back leg. Think like your chest is reaching towards your hands. Yes, good. Take the hands down either side, front foot. And then twist left arm to the sky. This twist happening from your belly button and above. Don't let that right hip drop. Yeah? Breathe in. Keep twisting to the left. And your left arm goes up and over your head here. Breathe in. Good. Can you straighten into that back leg? And as you breathe out, left hand comes down. Then just work on straightening the front leg. You can bring the back foot in a bit. The back heel doesn't need to be down, but you do want to feel the stretch through the left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Think right hip forwards. Right hip forwards. Good. All right, sweep the left leg to the back of the mat. You're in your plank pose. Yes, let the heels fall to the right. Pick the heels back up and let them fall to the left. Nice, this time, lift the heels up, let them fall to the right and swing your left arm up. Look how strong your shoulders are now. Left hand comes down, they might not feel it. Let the heels fall to the left, right arm up to the sky. Good. Lower the hands down and let's take the hips up and back into that downward facing dog. Breath in. And breath out. Nice, guys. Lower the knees just for a moment. Sit back into your heels. Do anything that you need to do. Maybe shake out your wrists. Maybe shake out your shoulders. Maybe you can just sit here with your eyes closed, focusing on the energy that you've created already. Focusing on that transference of energy through your body. Long breath in. Long breath out, just preparing yourself to flow now. Stretch out your wrists if you need to. Sort out your pajamas if you need to. So we'll bring the knees together, back onto all fours, and back into that wondrous pose, your downward facing dog. You're going to sweep the right leg up to the sky as you breathe in. Open up that hip there. Right knee to right elbow, right foot inside the right hand. Come up into high lunge and start to think about that left knee bending as you lift your arms up. Yes, and then straighten into the back leg, drop the back heel. We're going to open up to warrior two. Adjust your front foot towards the left side. Heel to arch alignment, reach the arms out. From here, flip the front palm, reach it forwards, take it back, breathe into the right side. And you sweep your left arm in front of your body towards the front of the mat. Now think like each hand wants to go in a different direction. And how can that help you feel a different shape or a different sensation down that right side? Good, swinging it back to warrior two. Right hand comes down. Big circle with the left arm. Now let's heel toe the right foot over to the right. Turn the left toes towards the right. Right arm up to the sky. Your right foot is on its side. Lift those hips up. Bring your right hand back and go back onto your left toes. Right hand to the floor and take your right foot to the back of the mat. Yes, you're going to come down onto your right forearm. You can drop your knees to do this. Left forearm. Walk your feet towards your elbows. Dolphin pose, look at your feet. Push away from the floor. Your shoulders are awake, they're strong, they're ready. Move the head away from the floor. Lower the knees. Sit back into your heels. 2-second child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Looking forwards, come up onto all fours. Belly sinks, lift the head, chest up. Yes, tuck your toes, lift the hips up. You're back into your downward dog. Good, lift the left leg up to the sky, bend the knee and open up that hip. Bring your left knee to your left elbow. Left foot inside the left hand. Now as you lift up your arms up, bend the back leg. That's it, and then straighten into the back leg. Good, drop the back heel, 45, and then walk the left foot towards the right side. Reach through the fingers. Flip the front palm, take it forwards and back. And keep your front knee bent. You can look up to that left arm, and then sweep your right arm in front of your body towards the front of the mat. So both hands going in a different direction. Inhale. Good, exhale, come back, warrior two. Left hand touches the floor. Big circle with the right arm. Okay, lift the back heel up, walk the left over to the left. Back toes to the left, left arm up to the sky. Squeeze your inner thighs together. That really helps me here. Reach, reach, reach. Nice, guys. Strong right arm. Left hand comes back, the toes come down at the back, and front foot to the back. Find your plank. Now you can drop your knees, or you lower your left elbow down, your right elbow down. And then once you've come down, if you drop the knees, lift the knees back up. And then walk your feet towards your elbows. So you can have your knees bent, and you can look to your feet. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe it's getting a little bit easier, and maybe it's getting harder. Who knows? And you can lower the knees. Sit back into your heels, but you do get a little child's pose in between. Forehead down to the floor. Breath in. And breath out. One more flow each side. Okay, come up onto all fours. Let the belly sink, lift the head, chest up. Tuck those toes and lift the hips up into your downward dog. Yeah, how does it feel? Lift the right leg up to the sky, bend the knee and open up your hip. Right knee, right elbow, right foot inside the right hand. Now as you come up, bend that left leg. That's it, and then straighten that back leg. Good, now you can ground the back heel, open up, warrior two. Adjust the front foot. Lovely, flip the front palm, reach forwards, take it back. So we're opening up this right hip, we're trying to open up this left hip. Left arm in front of your body towards the front of the mat. Feel that reach through both hands. Good, come back to your warrior two. Straighten your right leg. Push this back hip away. Reach the arm as far forwards as you can. Now, for a moment, take both hands onto both sides of the waist. And you want to try and get both sides equally long. So see if you can use your hands to try and find that. If I was with you, then that's what I would do. Both hands to find that length. Then your right hand can rest where it lands. Yeah, where your both sides are long. Inhale. As you exhale, looking down. Then the front knee, come back, warrior two. Awesome, guys. Right hand comes down, touch the floor. Big circle with the left arm. Now we're going to add on here. Heel to the right foot over to the right side. Left toes towards the right. Right foot onto its side. Lift the right arm up. If you want to have a quick look, watch this. Take your right foot behind you. Have your knee bent, your foot flat on the floor. And then lift the hips up. Right arm up and over. Now go for it. Yeah, meet me here in this shape. Really push down through your left hand. Really reach through your right fingers. Good, you're going to come back into a plank pose. Yes. Now you can drop your knees, otherwise, right elbow down, left elbow down. Walk the hips up into your dolphin. Look to your feet. Yeah. Don't forget, you can take a rest anytime. You might want to play with taking the right leg up to the sky and opening up the hip. Lower the right leg down, take the left leg up to the sky and open up the hip. I hope you're feeling a little bit warm, a little bit challenged. Good, lower the left leg down, lower the knees if you haven't already. Sit the hips into the heels, relax. Forehead down into the mat. Breathe in. Yes, I hope you're feeling heat. Hope you're feeling energy. Hope you're feeling challenged. And hope you're feeling here in this moment. Looking forwards. Come back up onto all fours. Let the belly sink. Lift the head, chest up. Yes, tuck your toes. Lift the hips up into your downward dog. So the bits that are easeful for you, enjoy. Yeah. Left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee and open up that hip. Bring your left knee to your left elbow. Your left foot inside the left thumb. So you're going to bend that back leg as you lift your arms up. And then you're straightening into that back leg. Nice. Round the back heel 45. Adjust the front foot so you move it towards the right. Reach through the fingers. Flip the front palm, take it forwards and back. Breathe into the left side. You're going to sweep your right arm in front of you towards the front of the mat. Both hands trying to get away from each other. Yeah, where do you feel that? Inhale. Good. As you exhale, come back through warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Now push the back hip away. Both legs straight. Reach the hands as far forwards as you can. Try that again. Both hands on the side of the waist. You're trying to have both sides long. Left hand will land on the shin, maybe above the knee. Right arm up to the sky. Inhale, squeeze the legs towards each other. Good. Exhale, looking down. Rebend the front leg, come back, warrior two. Good, left hand down, touch the floor. Big circle with the right arm. Yes, heel toe the foot over to the left. Lift the left arm up, come onto the edges of the feet. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Okay, so you know what's going to happen here. Push down to your right hand. Swing that left leg behind you. Have the left leg bent. Push down to the left foot and the outer right foot and lift the arms up and over your head. Feel that extension there. Should feel nice. Good. Come into your plank pose. You can always drop your knees or straight to it. Left elbow down, right elbow down, hips up into dolphin. Now playing with it, maybe you take your left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up that hip. Good, lower the left foot down, and then lift the right leg up. Bend the knee, open up that hip. I know the arms are getting tired, but push away. Good, lower the right foot down, lower the knees. Sit back into your heels, child's pose. Breathe in. Let the arms relax. Let the shoulders relax. Breathe out. Well done. Start to walk your hands back towards your knees. Counter pose that. Yeah, so take your hands behind you. Interlace the fingers, draw your shoulders back and push your hands down. Yeah, counter pose it. Breathe into your chest. Breathe out, squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Okay, this next little bit is going to prepare you for your Pincha Mayurasana. Okay, the mistake everyone makes with this pose, which is balancing on your forearms with the legs up in the sky, is that they kick up into it. Okay, so watch this really carefully, because I showed everyone in the pod and they all didn't do it. So watch carefully. You find your triangle shape, you've got your hands interlaced. You tuck your toes, you lift your hips up. You know, look at your hands and let your right leg come up to the sky. Now look at my left foot. I'm going to lift the heel up and I'm going to lower the heel back down. I'm going to lift the heel up and I'm going to lower back down. So it might be that you just managed to do that little lift there and you've got to keep going with that. One day you're going to roll onto the left toes and the foot is going to float off the floor. One day, maybe not today. Let's give it a go, okay? So you've got your hands interlaced, you create a triangle shape. You've got to start at the pathway somewhere. This is where you start. You're going to lift that right leg up. And then you're going to work on lifting the left heel up and lowering it back down. And as you do that, maybe the left foot can get a little bit closer towards the elbows. So you're not kicking up, you're using your core and your strength to do it, yeah? So try it a few more times, rolling up and down through that foot. Maybe you get a lift off just by chance. Yes, and then lower the leg down, sit back into your heels, shake it out. Good. Looks good from here. Now you can try it with the other leg, okay? There's no point kicking up, because if you kick up, you haven't got there with control and with strength. So you'll get there and then there'll be nothing there to hold you when you're there, yeah? So got your hands interlaced, you're in your triangle, you're tucking your toes, you're lifting the hips up, and then you're taking the left leg to the sky. That's it. Now focus on the lifting of the heel and the dropping down of the heel. Remember, you've got to push away from the floor here. Yeah, you've got to push away from the floor, otherwise your head is going to get too close to the floor. The strength is in the shoulders, all that work that we've done in the shoulders. You might get a lift off, you might not. Okay, but once you've tried it a few times, you can lower the leg back down and then lower the sit bones down into your heels. Come up to seated and rest your hands on the tops of the thighs. Draw the shoulders up and down the back. Give them a little shake out. Well done. I'd love to see some pictures of whatever you're doing there. Maybe little videos. Yes, I can give you some tips. Okay, let's fall onto one side and then take those legs out in front. We're going to bend the knees and have your heels on the floor here. And then you wrap your arms around your legs. It's like, oh, thank you, legs, for getting me through this class. I think actually it's thank you, shoulders and arms, for getting you through the class. So keep that connection of belly to the thigh. You're going to slide your feet forwards a bit. When you get to the point that you feel like you're losing that connection, stay at that place, okay? You could have a block underneath your arms and then rest your arms on the block. Yeah, see if that feels nice. Maybe you can slide those legs out so that you can rest the forearms on the floor. So get to your perfect place. If you've got the forearms on the block or on the floor, then push down through your legs and draw your chest forwards. So the legs are pushing down into the arms and the head and chest is drawing forwards, and you've got that connection of belly on the thighs. Inhale. Exhale, folding forwards. Yeah, where do you feel it? I love this one. Okay, release. Bring yourself back up. We're going to counter pose that. You take the hands behind you, fingers towards your bum. Draw your shoulders back, lift and open up your chest. We're going to bend the knees, have your feet flat, and then lift the hips up. Now, if you've got nothing wrong with your neck, no issues, just let your head fall back. And then work on lifting those hips up. Long breath in. Good. And long breath out. Sit the hips down onto the floor. Good. Now maybe wiggle yourself forwards. Arms reach forwards and slowly lower down onto the mat. All right, bring your heels close to your bum, palms flat on the floor, inhale. As you exhale, belly back, push down through your feet, and then lift the hips up. And take your arms underneath you. Now you're going to roll onto the right side to squeeze your left shoulder underneath you. And then roll onto the left arm to bring your right shoulder underneath you. Yeah, have your baby fingers on the floor, your hands interlaced, your arms straight. And breathe in. And as you breathe out, walk your feet away, maybe 2 steps, or maybe 1 step, yeah, depending on how big your step is, but you want your feet past your knees. And you're going to push down through the feet and try and drag the feet towards your hands. They're not going to move, but you're pressing down and drawing in. We want to fire up the hamstring, fire up the glutes there. Good, nice, bring your feet closer towards the hands, and then release the arms, lower the spine down. That's going to open up your shoulders again. It's going to squeeze the shoulder blades away as you lower the spine down. Repeat bridge again, or you do your wheel. So we've got the feet flat. You can take your arms up and over your head, so we can all do this. You can bring your palms flat on the floor. Fingers towards your shoulders, and we squeeze those elbows in. Long breath in. As you breathe out, come into your bridge. Maybe you continue into your wheel. If you can do wheel, it's a great one to get in for the day. So breathing in, just playing with it, seeing how it feels, seeing how the shape feels today. And then chin to chest, wherever you are, you're going to lower the spine down, vertebra by vertebra. That's such a good way to move energy around your body. You'll have your knees bent, feet as wide as the mat, and we can just windscreen wipe the legs. So one knee drops in, and then the other knee drops in. Massaging out your lower back there. It's really nice if you can finish with a plow. Yeah, it's really good for your body. See what you can do. Maybe hug your knees into your chest. This is enough right here. Or take the legs up to the sky and hang tight here. Otherwise, palms flat on the floor. Take the legs up and over your head and rest the feet down on the floor there. This is where you don't want ponytails in the way. Okay, I can feel mine in the way. but you definitely don't want to change the alignment of the spine in any way. Feel the weight in the elbows, and then bring your heels into your bum. That means bending your knees, and take your feet straight up to the sky. Your feet, more weight into your elbows. Breathe in. This is your inversion, bringing everything back into neutral. You lower the legs down behind your head, palms flat on the floor, and then slowly lower the spine down vertebra by vertebra. And we'll join you guys if you just had your legs up in the air. That feels nice there. You give the legs a nice shake. You can point and flex through those feet if you still need a little bit more there. And then bring the knees into the chest. We'll let both knees fall to the right side. Yeah. So right hand on the outer left leg. Breathe in. All this last few moments there is a way of just letting go of the practice. Seeing what you're left with. So hopefully you're left with an open body, an open mind. Bring the knees into the chest and we let them fall to the other side. Your left hand is on the outer right leg. Eyes straight up to the sky is quite nice. And my favourite, bring the knees back into the chest. Soles of the feet together, knees open, arms up and over your head. Before we settle, bring your big toes to touch your baby toes, your heels. Lift the knees slightly and then lift those hips up. You can have a little wiggle. You can try maybe a figure of 8 with the hips. Feel the weight in your shoulder blades. Yeah. And then lower the spine down vertebra by vertebra. Okay, let your knees open to the widest. Can you feel the backs of the hands on the floor? Can you feel the shoulder blades flat into the mat? Can you feel all the work that you've done? Can you let go of any tension in your jaw? Does your lower back feel lengthened? Eyes closed. Just let the breath flow in and out through your nose. And if you want, stay as you are or take your feet to the corners of the mat. See what suits you today. But do take this moment. Yeah, try not to skip this moment. Relax all the muscles in your face. Relax all the muscles in your right foot. Randomly going through your body, looking for where you're holding on and try and let go. No awareness on your breathing, just finding it's like the calm after the storm. Just taking a few more breaths here. Just keeping your eyes closed. And if you've got your soles of the feet together still, you can open the legs, straighten the legs. Breathe a little bit deeper. Start to bring some movement into your fingers and into your toes. So it's really important to transition from your practice slowly into your day, if you can. And take a big yawn as you reach your arms up and over your head, doing that lovely full body stretch. And then you can roll to the right hand side into your fetal shape. Now, in your own time, keeping your eyes closed, come up to seated to face the front. And sit in any shape that's good for you. And with the eyes closed, just let the right ear fall towards the right shoulder. So it's easy to create lots of tension in the neck when you're working with the dolphin pose with forearm handstand. So a little bit of time to ease it out. You can let the head move forwards and move back. And then bring the head back to the center. Lower the left ear towards the left shoulder. And we'll press the right shoulder down the back there. Good. And again, you can let the head move forwards and move back. Good. And then bringing the head back to the center. Turn the face up to the sky. If you need more, hands onto the chest. Press the chest down. And then bringing the chin back, and we'll drop the chin to the chest. So feel the stretch through the back of the neck. Good. And then bringing the chin back, parallel to the floor, palms together. Push the thumbs into the chest. In gratitude to the practice, as always, for challenging us. Maybe you'd like to think of something that you're grateful for today as well. Add it to the list. We'll take that gratitude with us throughout the day's day. Really does help just to put things into perspective when everything gets a little bit crazy. Our breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Let me know if you need anything. So I am planning some nice events online. Yeah, so if you're still not making it into the studio, keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to do some things over the summer, over August online for you to join in with if you fancy it. Yes, because it works well online, doesn't it? Have a lovely day, guys.